Hey, what's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hopefully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully, all is well, and hopefully, life is doing well for you. Yes, it's Saturday, and normally on a Saturday, I don't really be doing lives because I just don't really do. But things have changed. A lot have changed. Not really a lot. Just acting stupid. But um, Philly had to work with the FBI. Well, they didn't have to, but Philly actually decided to do the opposite of what these other Democratic cities have been doing, not wanting to work with the Trump administration, not wanting to work to help clear up the streets, and wanted to do the right thing. Interesting. So, but because they did, they had a massive drug bust, extremely big drug bust. And they, of course, they work with the FBI, and I'm not talking about ICE and all that stuff, but this is what happens when law enforcement work together, rather than the police department, the FBI, ICE agents, and do the right thing to make the streets safer. To do the right thing to make the streets, with all the drug trafficking, the murder, and the killing, the sex trafficking, all this stuff that's going on. And when you let these people continue to have reign, it just gets worse. It never gets better. It only gets worse. People having raising children can't walk their kids down the street, play in the playgrounds. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is the one thing that irritates the hell out of me. You'll drive past a playground, right? And you'll see kids on a playground redid, nice, look nice, very presentable. And it should be for the children. But I'm gonna tell you what happens with these places. The adults start to take over, sitting there, smoking weed, doing whatever, smoking cigarettes, weed, doing all this adult stuff in the playground. No problem, no problem. God bless you. God bless you, top to bottom. Appreciate you showing up. Hit the like button. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you also so much for making all that great product. We all appreciate you very, very, very much. This video is not going to be very long, but I just wanted to get in here and read about the city of Philadelphia, one of the largest drug busts in history, because they decided to work with the FBI. But when you watch these little kids in these playgrounds, back to what I was saying about the playgrounds, you see this crazy stuff, and they sit back and they do all this stuff in front of the playgrounds, and the kids can't enjoy the playground. But the other thing that most people don't pay attention to, they're teaching children wrong things that adults do. Meaning, they're in these playgrounds and they're drinking, they're smoking, getting high, they're doing all of this stuff in front of children. And then wondering why these kids are acting like they do when they get adults. All you doing is teaching the children that you should be, when you get grown, you sit out on the playground and you drink. When you get grown, you sit out on the playground and you get high. This is what these stupid adults that do this stuff teaches children. That when you become adult, this is how you live your life. Instead of showing children how to be productive, the biggest thing is staying your behind out of there. If you're going to do that, go in your house and do it. Don't do it around a bunch of children. Why? I don't understand why these adults feel the need to sit up in a playground and do all of this stuff in front of children. But I guarantee you, and I'm telling you by experience, let somebody say or do something to their kid that they don't like, they all up in somebody else's face. But yet you are coaching other people's children. Hey, because here's the crazy part. I never see their children there. They'll drink in front of everybody else's kid, but they won't let their kid play in that playground. I never see them there with their children doing all that stuff. But see, the better people just don't let their kids play in the playground. Why? Because they don't want their kids around that stuff. But this is the stuff that irritates me when I see that stuff. But I got to give Philadelphia credit for working with the FBI and doing this one. I'm going to try to bring this up. I usually don't do reaction videos. This is not something that I really get into, but I try to bring this up without screwing it up. But I just want to give y'all an idea what I have, and hopefully I can do this without screwing this up. So just work with me. If I screw up, y'all understand what happened. But I want to see if I can get this to play.
Philadelphia, we're hearing from officials, including the FBI. You can see there Kash Patel talking about drug raids in that city. Let's listen to this on live now.
And hopefully y'all can.
What you see amassed in front of you is what happens when you let good cops be cops, to rid our cities of the harmful plague of drug trafficking organizations and gang violence. And there's an important distinction to be made. Yesterday, I was in the White House with the president for the Homeland Security Task Force. And while that lift is being done at the international level to wipe out drug trafficking organizations and gang violence, our urban cities from Los Angeles to Philadelphia, New York, and everywhere in between are being plagued by localized street gangs and gang violence and drug trafficking organizations. Once the drugs and guns come in, they need an outfit to deliver them to our communities. And we needed to attack those outfits. And the reason I wanted to come to Philadelphia today is because this takedown, brought to you by the men and women standing behind me and their wonderful teams, the Philadelphia Police Department, the FBI, and the United States Attorney's Office, are bringing to bear what law enforcement can do when you unleash them and let them go after the criminals that are destroying our communities, that are harming our civilization, and that are hurting our children. This Weymouth Street Gang is not just one instance of removing a couple of people. It is an example of how you remove an entire organization that is corrupting not just the city of Philadelphia, but the state of Pennsylvania as well. And I felt it extremely important to come in here and say, not only are we removing guns and gang members and robbers and firearms, we are removing an entire coordinated section of gang violence permanently off the streets. And that's how you deliver a victory for the people of Philadelphia, the people of Pennsylvania, and the people of America. I'm so proud and humbled to be joined here today by these wonderful representatives from the police force, from the FBI, and a shout out to the Department of Justice and our United States Attorney Metcalf here. You need courageous prosecutors to bring these cases. You need people that aren't going to say no, that are going to bend the knee, that are going to say, oh, it's too hard to bring this case. It's too difficult to collect the evidence. When you hear the details of this case, everyone in America should be looking at this takedown. This takedown is how you safeguard American cities from coast to coast. This takedown is an interagency process, years in the making. Extensive legal service and process was executed here, correctly done to make sure that the integrity of the investigation is upheld and the criminals are put into the legal system and brought before a judge and a jury, and they will have their rightful day in court. But the overarching importance of this case and this takedown is this is exactly how you safeguard American lives. You go after the organizations that are inflicting pain across America in each and every city. And this is my tenure as FBI director. This is one of the largest and most impressive gang takedowns that I have ever seen. So I felt it important to come here and just shake the hands of the brave men and women that did this work. I did not have much of a role in this operation. The FBI brought in an incredible amount of assets to include HRT and SWAT teams, tactical teams to hit houses at the same time. The level of coordination that goes into just the takedown is a small reflection of the level of coordination and planning that goes into making a case like this happen. We have permanently removed a drug trafficking organization out of the streets of Philadelphia, and they're going to stop pouring guns and chemicals and drugs into our communities, and our children are safer today. So I just want to thank the men and women of law enforcement, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and of course, the proud men and women of the FBI who are leading the charge across this country. If anyone out there is watching in your streets, in your communities, this is how you stop gang violence. Thank you.
Give me 1 second. Close that out. And this is the point that I always try to make. Now, I go in hard on Philadelphia. Y'all know I do. Because I just go in hard on Democrats. And this is the very thing that I've been saying over and over and over again about how you deal with crime. Does that mean that it's going to stop all the crime in Philadelphia? No. But instead of fighting against the Trump administration on every little thing just because y'all chose to be lazy and not do your job, then finally Philadelphia got this one right. Work with them. Don't work against them. Let them fix the problem because you guys are overwhelmed and you can't handle it. You need the help and you keep acting like you don't. This is what I mean by if you get out of your feelings, do the right thing by the citizens, create a safe environment for these kids to be able to play and have them in their neighborhoods and their community without worrying about these type of people ruling the towns. And the only reason why you guys don't want this, it has to be because these are people y'all know and y'all want this. Y'all want this. But I got to give credit to the city of Philadelphia. I don't know all the parties involved, but I'm so glad that for once, I don't know about everything else, but this one right here, I'm giving them 2 thumbs up. And I hope they continue on this path of working with the FBI, the Trump administration, getting this type of stuff out of these cities because I want to see Philadelphia do better. I'm tired of what I've been seeing throughout history. This is how you fix the problem. This is how you correct the problem. If you want to bring down crime, this is what you have to do. You got to let all the criminals know it is no longer going to be tolerated. We're coming for you. And I'm going to leave that right here. Every single one of y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm out of here. Peace.